Breaking news. Vincent Kennedy McMahon is back in the wrestling game. Sorry to disappoint y'all, but it's not that simple. Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of Black Couch Booking. I don't usually do these breaking news things, these current event things, not too often. Hot topics every now and then. But this is one that I wanted to talk about because if you look at it at face value, you might get your hopes up for something that's not going to happen anytime soon. But if you read between the lines, there is still room for a Miss McMahon comeback. So like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for the love and support as always. I'm going to give you guys the real information. I'm going to give you guys the truth of what's going on right now within this moment in time. Vince McMahon has just announced, well, it just came out that Vince McMahon has started a company called 14th and I, which is named after a old headquarters building that his father had. Now, let me get more into the nitty gritty. I'll link the article in the description. I don't want to share the screen because I don't want, any copyright information, but basically it was found out today on May 30th that the 14th and I is an investment company and an investing and holdings LLC. It's Vince McMahon filed a trademark for 14th and I. It's a three limited liability corporation under the name 14th and I Holdings LLC, 14th and I Investments LLC, and 14th and I Management LLC, which is a whole bunch of jargon and hoopla, but basically it's a company that's going to be focusing on managing people in sports and media, investing in sports and media, and just having stocks and stakes in sports and media, which Vince McMahon himself already has, some stake in the TKO and WWE merger already. And he's not doing it by himself. He's actually with Brad Blum, which is a long-term, Vince McMahon associate that was actually in that lawsuit as well. And he is the president of 14th and I, which is the brand new company. So basically, guys, it's a private investment, firm that's going to focus on sports, media, and all forms of entertainment sectors. They did not specifically say anything about wrestling, but when you have sports and entertainment in the line that's associated with Vince McMahon, you can't fool me. But you know what I'm saying? This is what they're saying. This is their whole spiel right here. We are a disciplined, flexible, long-term capital and strategic partner, primarily targeting buyouts, majority deals, as well as selective growth-oriented minority investments. We seek to partner with and empower exceptional management teams, providing deep expertise, capability, and relationships to help drive significant long-term value. So basically, let me give my theory now. And I'm gonna speak about a certain somebody with that name in a second. What it sounds like to me, right, is basically what Vince McMahon did, against his dad. Well, not against his dad, or maybe in spite of his dad. It sounds like they're gonna find whether it be wrestling companies, whether it be just regular promotions, buy them out, own them, and run things. That could be a jump for me, right? But I can see that as a scenario because it wouldn't just be as simple as Vince McMahon just coming out of nowhere and just starting a brand new company. Not that he don't got the bread, he got the money for sure, and his light is hitting right now. The light gonna keep shining and going dim. So don't get distracted. Listen to what I'm saying. Vince McMahon has the bread for sure, but if he's going with the strategy that I think is going to go with, this is actually pretty much smarter. Let's say he were to buy an established brand. I'm just throwing out TNA just as an example, right? Let's say Vince McMahon bought out a TNA. He wouldn't have to start from scratch. He will already have talent. He could bring in people that want to actually work for him still. Because at the end of the day, guys, you guys think that there are such things as WWE lifers, WWE loyalists. No, I will say more so as a Vince McMahon lifer type of thing. Because even if The Undertaker loves WWE, blah, 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 he's loyal to Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And Vince McMahon told Undertaker, come here and be a producer. Come here and just make an impact, show things. Even if we can't use your name, just show up and blah blah blah, or come coach people up, or whatever the case may be. Undertaker would do it. The Rock would do it on a sneak tip. Matter of fact, he might just do it out loud now because of what's going on with his relationship with TKO, WWE, and Triple H. Do you guys not think that Vince McMahon were to buy out a company or start his own company from, this investment company, that he wouldn't look at an Austin Theory's contract and then hit up Austin Theory and say, "Hey, I always believed in you. You see how they was doing you? Why don't you come over here? You could be the first ever 14th and I world champion or whatever the case may be." Do y'all guys not see that as a possibility? I just don't want you guys to jump the gun. This is a first step in a long-term plan for whatever he's trying to do. Vince McMahon wants to get back into wrestling before he meets his demise. One day we will all meet our maker, but Vince McMahon is not ready to go down without a fight. And let me say this: the more wrestling companies, the merrier. The more wrestling companies, the merrier. I want more competition for WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan, GCW, reality wrestling, everything. Why not? Especially with Vince McMahon, to start like having a long running company, a long running YouTube channel, a long running music career in rap is a great thing. But when you get the opportunity to start something brand new and start from scratch, and you still get to retain a little bit of support and gain new supporters in a new sector, why wouldn't Vince McMahon want to jump at that opportunity? I think that would be a great opportunity for Vince McMahon to do so, in my opinion. I'm very interested in what's the next step with this. Like I said, he could also just be look, listen, the company could just be what he say it is. Maybe Vince McMahon is such a trailblazer. Maybe Vince McMahon is the guy that's going to well, we're the managers for specific wrestlers. Obviously, some wrestlers already have brand like deals with like outside agencies and stuff like that, but they normally negotiate movie deals and commercials and blah blah blah. But imagine if Vince McMahon was a manager for Austin Theory and he gets to talk to a TKO or a Triple H, say, "Hey, I think my client should be pushed more," blah blah blah, and they actually have to like not have to listen to him, but he'll basically say, "Well, we gotta get him out this contract. My client isn't happy with that." How would y'all feel about introducing that into wrestling? Because basketball players, football players have sports agents and things like that, and they negotiate contracts. Mostly it's really business stuff, contracts, endorsements, blah blah blah. But if you're a WWE superstar and or just an AEW superstar, whatever the case may be, and you have an agent, I mean the brand thing also comes with what you do in WWE. Like, hey, my client doesn't feel comfortable being a romance angle. My client being a damsel in distress isn't gonna help with her upcoming Kill Bill 3 or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what Vince McMahon is doing. I think he's for sure trying to shake up the business with this move, and I'm very interested. I would have flat out just wanted Vince McMahon to just have a wrestling company, me personally, but this has potential. This move has the potential to be something very unexpected. This move has the potential to really shake things up. And I myself am very interested in seeing what's the next move. Because obviously the lawsuit, everything he went through hasn't broken him completely. And at the end of the day, he's still making money. He might not be a part of WWE, but he's still making money. He's still a billionaire. He still has the connections with the Trumps and the Elons and all the rich people. Do you not think he could find some investors if he wanted to start another company flat out? He's doing this for public perception because at the end of the day, he could start it with the climate of the world today socially. He could start a company and it could fail just off of social justice, warriors and things like that. But there are individuals who want to see Vince McMahon back in the wrestling game even with the bad booking that he did, in later years of his booking, in my opinion, I would like to see Vince McMahon have a shot at just his own company straight up, just to see if Vince McMahon is still the GOAT booker, the GOAT whatever, owner of the company, whatever you want to call him. But I am intrigued and I do want to see if that because at the end of the day, Bill Belichick, once he didn't have Tom Brady anymore, he wasn't really looking Belichickish. You know what I'm saying? So if Vince McMahon doesn't have WWE, does WWE need Vince McMahon or does Vince McMahon need WWE? I think WWE needs Vince McMahon, me personally, but This is going to be something very interesting, guys. I really hope you guys are tuned in. I'm keeping up with this. I'm following along, and I'm gonna be looking into an investment firm. Something I never thought I would say on this channel. But like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for the love, support as always. If this man did start a company, who would you want him to sign? He could sign people that he didn't even like that. Imagine if this man just pull a fast one and shine and sign a Shayna Baszler and make Shayna Baszler a women's world champion on his brand. But like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for the love and support as always. Let me know what you guys think about, everything I said in this video. And we're gonna keep our ears to the streets because you never know what can happen, man. Peace out.